Listen, there's a woman in your life right now who's hiding something from you, something she feels every single day, but will never ever admit. And I'm about to tell you something that's going to make you question everything you thought you knew about her. She loves you, but here's the part that's going to mess with your head. Her ego is so strong, so protective that she's built an entire system to hide it from you, and probably from herself too. You're looking for the wrong signs. You're waiting for her to confess, to be obvious, to make the first move, while she's literally screaming, "I love you," in a language you don't understand. And by the end of this video, you're going to look back at the last 3 months and think, holy, it was right there the whole time. But before we get to the signs, I need you to understand something that's going to sound completely backwards. The deeper she loves you, the harder she fights to hide it. I know that sounds insane, but stick with me, because when you understand why this happens, everything about her behavior is going to click into place like a puzzle you didn't know you were solving. This isn't about playing games. This is about survival, her emotional survival. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So let's start with sign number 1. And I'm warning you right now, this first one is going to make you replay entire conversations in your head. Sign number 1, she remembers everything you say. And I mean everything. Here's something that happened to you recently and you probably didn't even notice it. You mentioned something weeks ago, maybe even months ago. Something so small you forgot about it 5 minutes later. Your favorite childhood candy, the name of your first dog, that weird dream you had, a random story about your coworker Dave, and then out of nowhere she brings it up perfectly with details you don't even remember sharing. Now, most guys think, oh, she's just got a good memory. Wrong. Let me tell you what's actually happening in her brain. And this is where it gets scary good. When you talk, she's not just listening, she's recording. She's filing away every single detail like it's evidence in a case she's building, a case about whether you're worth the risk of letting her walls down. But here's the kicker. She'll act like it's nothing. Oh, you mentioned that before. Like everyone just naturally remembers that your mum makes lasagna every third Sunday. They don't. She does, because you're not background noise to her. You're the main channel. And when a woman is storing your random comments like they're scripture, I need you to understand what that means. Her subconscious is already planning a future with you, even if her ego is telling her, don't you dare catch feelings. Now, before we get to sign number 2, let me ask you something. Have you ever had a woman pick a fight with you over absolutely nothing? Something so small you couldn't even understand why she was upset. Because what I'm about to reveal in sign number 2 is going to completely change how you see conflict. And honestly, it might blow your mind. Sign number 2, she picks fights over nothing, but it's not what you think. Last week, she got mad at you, and you're still confused about why you replied 3 hours late. You didn't notice her new nail color. You said cool instead of asking follow-up questions. And she acted like you committed a war crime. You're thinking, she's crazy, she's dramatic, she's making a big deal out of nothing. But what if I told you she's doing this on purpose? Not consciously, but deep in her psychological programming, there's a reason for this chaos. And it's actually a sign she's falling for you hard. Here's what's really happening. And this is straight from behavioral psychology. She's testing if you're real. Because here's the uncomfortable truth about modern dating. Everyone is on their best behavior in the beginning. Everyone is patient, understanding, perfect. And then one day the mask drops and the person you thought you knew disappears. She's been hurt before, maybe multiple times. And her ego has one job now: protect her from that happening again. So she creates conflict. Small, seemingly irrational conflict, to see if you'll run, to see if you'll get angry, to see if you're just another guy who's nice until things get difficult. But here's the part that's going to sound backwards. If she didn't love you, she wouldn't bother fighting. She'd just leave. Think about it. The woman who doesn't care just ghosts you, blocks you, moves on without a word. The woman who loves you but can't admit it. She fights. She stays engaged, even when it's messy, even when it's uncomfortable, because deep down she's hoping you'll prove her ego wrong, that you'll stay calm, that you'll show her you're different from every other man who disappointed her. And if you can pass this test without even knowing you're being tested, you're already deeper in her heart than she's willing to admit. Now hold on, because sign number 3 is the one that most men completely misread, and it's costing them everything. Sign number 3, she's cold in public, soft in private, the Jekyll and Hyde effect. Let me describe a scenario and you tell me if this sounds familiar. You're hanging out with friends or co-workers or her friends, doesn't matter, and she treats you like you're just there, barely acknowledges you, acts distant, maybe even flirts with other people right in front of you. You're sitting there thinking, does she even like me? Am I imagining this whole thing? But then later, when everyone's gone and it's just the two of you, completely different person, she's warm, touchy, laughing at your jokes, opening up about her day, looking at you in a way that makes your chest tight, and you're confused as hell. Which one is real, public her or private her? Here's the answer that's going to make everything make sense. Private her is the real her, public her is the shield, and I'm about to tell you exactly why she does this, and it has everything to do with her ego's survival mechanism. When she's affectionate in public, it becomes real, it becomes visible, other people see it, other people know, and most importantly, you know. And if you know how she really feels, you have power. The power to reject her, the power to hurt her, the power to use her feelings against her. Her ego can't allow that. So in public, she maintains distance, plausible deniability. If things fall apart, she can always say, it was never that serious. He read too much into it. But in private, when there are no witnesses to her vulnerability, the walls come down, the mask comes off, and you get to see what she's been hiding from the world. The Stoics understood this 2,000 years ago. People reveal their truth when they feel safe. And if she only feels safe with you in private, that's not a red flag. That's a woman protecting something precious, you. But wait, because sign number 4 is where most guys realize they've been completely blind. And once you see it, you'll start noticing it everywhere. Sign number 4, she gets jealous but won't admit it, even under torture. Picture this. You're telling a story. Another woman's name comes up. Sarah from accounting, your friend's girlfriend, your cousin, doesn't matter who. And watch what happens. Her entire energy shifts. The temperature in the room drops 5 degrees. Her face doesn't change, but her vibe does. And suddenly, she's asking questions. Casual questions, questions that sound innocent, but definitely aren't. Oh, who's Sarah? You hang out with her a lot. Is she single? What does she look like? So you do what any guy would do. You call it out. Wait, are you jealous? And here's where it gets interesting. She denies it immediately, almost too quickly. What? No. Why would I be jealous? We're not even together. You can talk to whoever you want, but everything about her body language is screaming the opposite. Now, here's what most men don't understand, and this is crucial, this crucial. Her denial isn't a lie, it's self-preservation, because admitting jealousy means admitting she cares, and admitting she cares means admitting you have the power to hurt her, and admitting you have that power makes her vulnerable, and vulnerability is her ego's worst nightmare. But here's the secret most guys miss. Her jealousy is actually one of the most honest things about her feelings, because we only get jealous about things we're afraid of losing. If you were just a friend, just someone she was casually talking to, another woman wouldn't even register on her radar, but it does. It bothers her. It changes her mood for the rest of the day. And that's your answer, even if she won't give it to you out loud. Now, I'm going to tell you something in sign number 5 that's going to make you look at every argument you've had in a completely different light. Sign number 5, she stays in your life no matter what. This one's deep. Let me ask you something and be honest. How many times have you and her had a falling out, a fight, a week of not talking, a moment where you thought, that's it, we're done? But then what happened? She came back or you came back? But the point is, the connection never really ended. Most people, when things get hard, they leave. They ghost. They move on. They find someone easier. But not her. She stays. Not in an obvious way, not in a desperate way, but in a consistent way. Even when her pride is telling her to walk away, even when it would be easier to cut you off, even when you've given her every logical reason to move on, she doesn't. And here's what you need to understand about this behavior. This is the most underrated sign of love there is, because staying takes courage. Leaving is easy. Walking away protects your ego, but choosing someone again and again, especially when it's complicated, that's not weakness. That's someone fighting for something they can't let go of. Think about it. If she felt nothing, she'd be gone. No drama, no explanation, just gone. But she keeps orbiting back to you, keeps finding reasons to reconnect, keeps the door open. Even when logic says to close it, her ego is screaming at her, protect yourself, stop being vulnerable, he's going to hurt you. But something deeper, something stronger than her pride keeps pulling her back. And that something is love, even if she hasn't said the word once. All right, sign number 6 is where guys start to feel attacked. But I need you to hear me out because this one might be the most important of all. Sign number 6, she pushes you to be better and you think she's criticizing you. Be honest. Does she call you out on does she question your decisions, challenge your excuses, push back when you're being lazy or settling for less? And does it annoy you? Does it feel like nothing you do is ever good enough for her? Here's what's actually happening, and I need you to really hear this. People don't invest energy in pushing you if they don't care about your future. Let me say that again. People don't invest energy in pushing you if they don't care about your future. If she didn't love you, she'd let you be mediocre. She'd watch you coast through life and not say a word because why would she care? But she does care. She sees your potential and it bothers her, almost physically bothers her when you're not living up to it. Not because she wants to control you. Not because she's never satisfied, but because she believes in a version of you that you haven't become yet. Her ego disguises this as standards, as being difficult, as being too much. But underneath all of that, it's love. The kind of love that sees you not just for who you are right now, but for who you could be. The Stoics believed that true care means wanting someone to reach their highest self, not accepting their excuses, not coddling their comfort zone, but believing in them fiercely enough to push them toward greatness. She's doing that for you, even if it looks like criticism from the outside. And here's how you know the difference between criticism and love. Real criticism tears you down. Love dressed as criticism builds you up while making you uncomfortable. If after her pushing, you feel motivated, challenged, like you want to prove something, that's love. If she didn't love you, she wouldn't waste her breath. She'd let you stay exactly where you are. Now, sign number 7 is the digital age smoking gun. And when you see this, you can't unsee it. Sign number 7, she stalks your social media, but never lets you know. Here's a test. Think about your last few Instagram stories, your posts, your tweets, whatever platform you use. Did she like them, comment, react publicly? Probably not. But here's the weird part. She'll mention something from them later in passing, like it's no big deal. Oh, you went to that new restaurant, your friend's party looked fun, that quote you posted was interesting. And you're thinking, wait, how does she know that she didn't interact with it at all? Because she's watching silently, consistently, like a ghost in your digital life. She's checking your stories within minutes of you posting them. She's scrolling through your profile when she can't sleep. She's analysing your captions, your pictures, who's commenting, who's liking, but she's doing it invisibly because engaging publicly means revealing her interest. And revealing her interest gives you power. Her ego won't let her do that, but her heart won't let her stay away either. So she exists in this middle space. Present but hidden, watching but not participating, interested but not admitting it. And here's the crazy part. In the digital age, attention is everything. It's the currency of interest. And if she's giving you her attention when you're not even asking for it, when you don't even know she's there, her feelings run deeper than any like or comment could show. Think about it. Liking a post takes 1 second, but actively checking someone's profile multiple times a day, that takes real emotional investment. She's invested. She just can't afford to let you know how much. Sign number 8 is the one that gives her away to everyone except you. And once you know about it, everything makes sense. Sign number 8. Her friends know about you, but you've never met them. Here's something wild. Her best friend knows your name, knows what you do for work, knows about that funny thing you said last Tuesday, knows your coffee order, and you've never met her best friend. Maybe you've never even heard her name. So how is this possible? Simple. You're a topic of conversation, a frequent topic of conversation. Now, here's what you need to understand about women and their friendships. Women process their emotions through talking. When something is on their mind, when something is confusing them, when something is making making them feel things they're not ready to feel. They talk to their friends about it. And if you're coming up in multiple conversations with multiple friends, I need you to understand what that means. You're living rentrée in her head. She's trying to figure out what she feels, get perspective, ask questions. Like, does he like me? Am I reading too much into this? What does it mean when but her ego won't let her ask you directly. So she asks them instead. And when you finally do meet her friends, if you pay attention, you'll notice something strange. They already like you. They're warmer than they should be to a stranger. They might even make inside jokes that you don't understand because they've been hearing about you for weeks, maybe months. They know your story. They're rooting for you. And the only reason they know any of this is because she can't stop talking about you, even while she's acting like you're just casual to your face. Sign number 9 is subtle, but once you recognize the pattern, you'll see it everywhere. Sign number 9, she mirrors your energy like clockwork. Watch this pattern carefully. And I mean really watch it. When you pull back, she reaches out. When you're distant, she gets warmer. When you're busy, suddenly she has time. Like when you're cold, she turns up the heat. It's like she's constantly adjusting her behavior to maintain connection with you. And most guys think this is random, coincidence, good timing. It's not. She's doing this deliberately, not consciously, but her subconscious is tracking your energy like a radar and responding accordingly. Why? Because the connection matters to her. Balance matters to her. She's not willing to let the thread between you break just because you're not actively maintaining it. Her ego won't let her chase you openly. That would be too vulnerable, too obvious. But she can adjust. She can calibrate. She can keep the door open without admitting she's the one holding it. This is emotional investment in action. She's putting in work behind the scenes while acting like she doesn't care about the outcome. And here's how you test this. Pull back for a few days. Don't initiate. Don't respond immediately. Watch what happens. I guarantee she'll reach out. Hey stranger, you've been quiet. Everything okay? She's checking, making sure you're still there, making sure the connection is still alive, because losing you is scarier than her ego wants to admit. All right, we're at sign number 10. And this one is the most frustrating, the most confusing, and the most undeniable sign of all. Sign number 10. She won't let you go, but won't commit either the limbo zone. Final sign. And if you're experiencing this one, I already know you've been losing sleep over it. She keeps you close, but at a distance. She acts interested, but won't define it. She gives you just enough attention to keep you around, but not enough to feel secure. And you're stuck in this weird limbo thinking, what is this? What are we doing? Does she want me or not? Here's the truth, and this might hurt, but it's the most important thing I'm going to tell you. She loves you, but she's terrified of admitting it. Let me explain why this happens and why it's actually the biggest sign of all. When someone doesn't care, they're decisive, they ghost, they leave, they move on without explanation. But when someone loves you and their ego is at war with their heart, they stay in limbo, close enough to keep the connection alive, far enough to protect themselves if it falls apart. It's self-preservation, disguised as indecision. She wants you, but she wants you to want her more first. She wants you to take the risk first, to be vulnerable first, to put yourself out there first. Because if you commit first, if you say how you feel first, she gets to feel safe. She gets to love you without the ego-crushing risk of being the one who cared more. The Stoics taught that fear reveals what we treasure, and her fear of losing you while simultaneously fearing commitment is the ultimate sign. You're not just someone she likes. You're someone who could actually hurt her, someone who could break her heart, someone who matters enough to be scary. And that's why her ego builds walls, not because she doesn't love you, but because she does. So there you have it, 10 signs she loves you deeply, but her ego won't let her show it. Now, here's the million-dollar question. What do you do with this information? First, don't weaponize it. Don't use it to manipulate or play games. That's weak behavior. Second, recognize that if you're seeing multiple signs from this list, you're not imagining things. She feels something real, even if she's fighting like hell to hide it. Third, if you feel the same way, someone has to go first. Someone has to be brave. Someone has to risk their ego. Maybe that someone is you, because the Stoics knew something crucial. Love requires courage from both sides. Vulnerability requires vulnerability. If you want her to drop her walls, you might have to drop yours first. Now, I want to hear from you. How Many of these signs did you recognize? Drop a comment. Thank you. Let me know if this video just explained your entire situation. And if this helped you see something you couldn't see before, hit that subscribe button, because understanding human psychology at this level changes everything, not just in dating, but in life. Thanks for watching. And remember, when you understand people, you stop guessing and start knowing.